Hello everybody, back here with a GOAT format deck profile. Hello everybody, back here with a GOAT format deck profile. This time I'm going to be showcasing one of my favorite decks, which is an Archfiend deck. And in this case it's Archfiend Chaos. Of course, centered around the boss monster here, Terrorking Archfiend, which has 2,000 attack, 1,500 defense. Cannot be normal summoned or flip summoned unless you have an Archfiend monster on my side of the field. Pay 800 life points during each of my standby phases, and when it's targeted by a card effect, by an opponent's card effect rather, when resolving the effect, I roll a 6-sided die, and if it's 2 or 5, I negate and destroy the opponent's card. That has come up a lot when people try to snatch steal, or when they try to relinquish or Thousand Eyes Restrict Terrorking Archfiend. It's destroyed their card and pretty much they give up on the spot after that. But the biggest effect on this card, other than that, and which people tend to not read because this thing has a huge text box, you could barely read it in this window here, is down at the bottom. The effects of an effect monster at this card destroyed as a result of battle are negated. So if it manages to destroy Flip monster, their effect is negated. If it destroys Sandgan, if it destroys Tomato, and people forget the ruling too, just like with Hades, if this destroys an opponent's Sinister Serpent, they can't add it back to their hand. And we're also running a Blackluster Soldier and Chaos Sorcerer, one of each. And the reason that we can run Chaos Sorcerer and Blackluster Soldier with this deck, Terrorking Archfiend is a dark, and Desrook Archfiend is a light. It's got 1100 attack, 1800 defense. It has a likewise effect, negation effect, but it's only on 3. But the big thing is that its effect is when a Terrorking Archfiend on our side of the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can discard this card to special summon that Terrorking Archfiend. So it's protection from Torrential Tribute, protection a Lightning Vortex, or from Tribe Infecting Virus for one time at least, or from a Mirror Force, and it has a pretty decent 1800 defense as well. Because we can only summon Terrorking Archfiend when we have Archfiends on the field, we also run 3 Archfiend Soldiers, just the strongest Archfiend. Most of the effect Archfiends, besides the ones we're already running, are pretty bad. Not only stats, but their effects aren't that useful either. But Archfiend Soldier has really decent attack, and he doesn't get run over by Tsukiyomi. We're running Cyberjar because Cyberjar is one of the ways that you can special summon Terrorking Archfiend and not have to normal summon it. Or even if you have one in your hand, you might end up summoning an Archfiend monster and then getting to play it as a normal summon afterward. And if you do get to summon any of your big monsters, there's no way your opponent's going to run them over with whatever they get, more than likely anyway. Another card that I've run in here, which was one of the reasons this deck was possible in the first place, is Marauding Captain. When you can pretty much ignore the first part of its effect. When it's normal summon, special summon a level 4 lower monster from your hand. And Terrorking Archfiend is a level 4 monster, so you can just special summon it without having to have an Archfiend on the field already to normal summon it. Then we also have one Blade Knight. Can become similar in effect to Terrorking Archfiend, except that it does die to Tsukiyomi, although Terrorking Archfiend could also destroy Tsukiyomi if it got targeted. Then we have DD Warrior Lady to help get rid of any problematic cards or really huge cards the opponent has. Other than the Chaos monsters, 2,000 attack is pretty much the limit in this deck. So being able to get over like a Monarch and such is pretty important. Sasuke is also in here for a similar reason. Spies are really hard to get rid of in this deck. And Sasuke can get rid of those for us. clear the way for our big boys. Then 1 exiled force and 1 Zombira the Dark because it has 2100 attack. So Zombira is a Dark 2100 attack. Then we have Terrorking Archfiend with 2100 attack. And then we have Chaos Sorcerer Dark with 2000 attack, and then Chaos Sorcerer at 2300 attack. So we run 1 deck Devastation Virus in this deck. Pretty much you always save this card until the last moment unless you know they're about to flip some really powerful cards. And we can get away with it too, only having a couple of targets because we have reinforcing the army to search Zombira the Dark if we need to use our deck Devastation Virus. Then we also have 1 Tribe Infecting Virus to help get rid of some of the cards in our hand because we kind of clog here. And also we might need a Dark or Light for our Chaos monsters. And also with Cyberjar out, we want to be able to clear the field. We have 3 Book of Moon because we can negate all the opponent's monsters' effects anyway, and we want to be able to protect our cards whenever we can. Also, put down the opponent's TER when it's already been on the field, and so we can run that over and attack. Because we're running Archfiends, we can run Falling Down. I used to run 2 in this deck, but it's extremely situational, and it's almost like a Snatch Steal, but it's a lot worse because of the conditions tied to it. We have Giant Tornado because alongside Cyberjar, we can really wreck the opponent. Plus, we're running Snatch Steal, Falling Down, and Premature Burial, and we might be able to reset those onto new monsters possibly, called Haunted 2. Graceful Charity, of course, and we also have Pot of Greed. We're not running Duo, but you could definitely put it in the deck. Then we have Heavy Storm, of course. Lightning Vortex for the same reason for Tribe Infecting Virus. Mystical Space Typhoon. 2 No Mono Crossout just because you can never have too much insurance against flip monsters. Plus we have the books to combo alongside it. Premature Burial. 2 Reinforcement of the Army. And Snatch Steal. Again, if you summon a bunch of stuff off of Cyberjar, you can activate Snatch Steal or Falling Down, grab their monsters, as long as it's, of course, been on your turn that you did this. And I've won just from that a lot of times. I've OTK'd the opponent pretty easily. 1 Call of the Haunted to bring back Terrorking Archfiend after he's been pitched to one of these cards here or destroyed. 1 Deck Devastation Virus, you could potentially not have this or side it out if you wanted to. Mirror Force, Ring Instruction, Torrential Tribute. I also have 3 Royal Decrees sided. And you could also possibly run another Marauding Captain. I like to just have 1 for right now because it's searchable with Rhoda anyway, and it could be a really bad card to hit off of Cyberjar. So right now I just like to have it at 1. Plus our Dark and Light attributes are kind of thin. With just Ninja, DD Warrior Lady, Blade Knight, the 3 Desrook, and BLS as our lights. With that, that is the conclusion of the deck profile. Let me know what you guys think, and enjoy the rest of your day.